Well, here's my Chevy crew cab Cummins project. I got it all taken apart right now, working on the cab. Here's the Cummins engine and G56 transmission. Four-wheel drive shifter on there. The cab, I stripped the cab all out, redoing it, new rocker panels. Floors in the truck are really good, but the rocker panels and inner rockers needed to be done. Cut the inner rockers out. Put a nice piece of sheet metal in there. I've been fitting the rocker panels. I bought some slip-on crew cab rocker panels, but I really didn't like the way that they fit. So I bought a regular cab set of rockers and fitting them in here. Saved the door post, butt weld them up in there. Then I'm waiting on another set to go up front and do the same thing. These are those crew cab slip-on rockers. They weren't quite bent enough at the bottom. The angle's really not bent what it should be, and then it's missing the extra angle on the bottom here that comes down. Kind of like these here. These are much nicer. So I'll just put a seam in the middle, weld them together. But underneath here, I took all the cab braces off. Took that one off. Middle one here. And you get some rust. In between, you won't be able to clean it up. You'll lose the floor. Took the whole middle cross member out. Do the same thing, clean it all up, paint it, and put it back in. Try to save this truck. This is my inner rocker that I've been working on. See all the paint runs. I take a spray can of primer and I spray it right in the gap and let it run in behind there. Seal it up good. I'll come back, sand all that off, and put some real primer on it after. A little bit of work back in here. Patching that up. Here's the other side. That inner cab corner doesn't need any patches at all. That one's in good shape. I just saved this flange here. Drill holes in it when I put the inner rocker in and then plug weld them up. Same thing up here. The front, slip the inner rocker behind here. A couple of plug welds. This is that middle cab cross member. They don't make reproduction ones of these for the crew cabs, so you got to save what you got. This one's pretty solid, needs a little patchwork, especially in this area here. Hole here, I'll sandblast it, cut out the rot, weld some new stuff in. If you look at the inside, this is what you can't get to if you don't take it off. All this rust, and you can see the spot welds that I drilled out. So all this will get sandblasted, painted, and then put back up. These are some other cab braces that go in between. These you can't buy new, so you have to save what you have. Pretty solid, they're not rotted, but they're just rusty. Especially where it met the floor of the truck. A lot of rust. Truck didn't look rusty until you take it apart. Had original rocker panels on it. They all look pretty good, but once you start cutting into it, it all comes apart. These are some new cab braces. These are for a regular cab pickup. These you can buy. Some of the sheet metal in these, like the inner rockers on the crew cabs, they don't have that zinc plating. So I think the crew cabs tend to rust out a lot quicker than the regular cabs. I don't think that they're built as nice. There's a lot of strange overlap pieces and a lot of stuff extra that the regular cabs don't have. That's about it. I might, these are for the rear seat mount. The nut. Got some rust on them. I might take these off. Pretty easy to take them off. This one here is a little worse. But the floors are very nice and solid. No rust on the floors at all. Just all that cab brace and the inner rocker panels and that. Everything else is very solid. I didn't have any rust creeping back up in here. Basically, just the bottom edge of this inner rocker was gone. Even these, the front cab braces, these usually go. These are in good shape. See the original paint underneath all the undercoat that somebody put on. Not too bad. It's all this undercoat's got to come off. Get repainted. See a spot here. Nice paint underneath. Well, that's about it. Just working on sheet metal stuff, and want to get back to putting the engine back in. There's a shot of the radiator and that intercooler. That's about it. I'll take another video as it gets further along. I'm gonna pull all the glass out of it too. Paint everything with everything apart.